Oh boy, I wonder what I am doing today. I'm going to listen to some cool Shrek music. That's some cool Shrek music. Oh, I hear something coming from outside. I should probably go check what's outside right now. Let me go walk outside and check. I'm gonna walk outside and check. Let's see. What is this? What's here? What's outside? Huh? Well, what is that? Is that? Hang on. Let me get a closer look real quick. Wait. Yeah. Wait. That's just a bird. Wait. Hang on. I hear something else. It's coming from over here. Let me look over there. What is this? The frick is happening? You're stupid. You're not funny. Cool. I'm cool. Discord. Cool. Funny. Discord. No, you. Jeez. You suck. You're bad. You're not cool. You're uncool. You're unfunny. Yeah, both of us are gonna fight each other. Drama. Discord drama. Looks like I've got a job to do. I've got some work to do. Let's skedaddle. Let's go. Oh boy. You are gonna love this. I have a huge script in front of me. We're gonna be going over some stuff that's happened. I know I have not, been, posting anything for a long time. I've been thinking about it a lot throughout my days in quarantine. I've been like, hey, I should post a video. Then I've been like, maybe. And then I have been like, okay, should I? And then I get started on one and then I stop. So hopefully, stupid me is going to take this as a, effort. Me, who's editing the video right now, should take this. Yeah, future me, upload the freaking video. Don't just take a bunch of procrastinating time. I know you've been going through some stuff, but just freaking do it, alright? Okay? You can get something done in your life. I mean, school is almost out. Actually, school is pretty much out now, and you've just kind of been wasting away. So go ahead and do it. Do yourself a favor and upload the video. Do something. Okay. Anyway, let's begin. So to start things off, I have 4 different scenarios to go over with. Each one of these basically has been like, let's say a kind of a, how would I put it? These 4 scenarios are basically what's been happening to me on Discord over the past few months in quarantine. So to start things out, I've got the first thing. I have a problem with underage users on Discord. Basically underage users on any site. If you're not supposed to be there, then just don't be there. There's other people who don't want you there because you'll cause problems. Sure, I see there's some kids who visit sites or go into communities that they're not supposed to be in, but they don't act up. They just wait for their turn to talk, and they'll do their thing, but they don't act up. They don't get all upset. Actually, one thing I didn't add to the script, I might vent about Amino for a bit, but I've seen it with Amino. Amino has been like one of the biggest ones I've seen it with. Bunch of underage, really, really young kids on Amino, which is basically just Reddit for children, and well, kind of less Reddit for children, more community-based. But like a lot of the ones on the Five Nights at Freddy's or Undertale Amino, I will not go into detail. I don't want to do anything. Sure, I mean, I'll gladly. I'm not like other people who'll be like, don't go witch hunt them. I'll gladly let you do that. It's on you, man. If you go do that, it's on you. It's not on me. But I had a feud. I had a couple fights on the Amino apps. I was just a dumb kid back then. That was quite a few years ago. Basically, I used to just go around being like, hey, this is stolen artwork. I was part of an ATPT thing, Art Theft Patrol team. It was really stupid at the time. I didn't think of it too much. Basically, me and one of the owners got into a fight. they basically told their friends, hey, go send death threats and hate comments on this guy's wall, because even though the fight was done, it was all over, it was everything, the conflict was done, there was nothing going on, and everyone was like, alright, that was kind of dumb, we all admit that was a little on our side of the problem, but they just were like, hey, let's go send death threats and hate comments to their wall. So that's what I don't like about kids being on social media communities whatsoever, that they're not supposed to be on, because it gets in the way of everyone else. It's like a problem. So Discord is a whole other story, because there's people out there who, sure, yeah, they shouldn't be on Discord to begin with, but there's people who will go on there and look for kids and then ask them to do things that they should not be doing. That's the same thing. Kids shouldn't be on the dark web. Heck, I'm not even on the dark web. I went on it once because I was like, hey, I'm super bored. It's quarantine. I'm going to do something stupid and almost get myself killed and go on the dark web. Yes, you're on the dark web on any onion site using the Tor browser, whatever browser you use, whatever you do. You're basically one slight bit of information, one VPN screw up, one IP address leak could lead to your demise. You could get captured, you could get kidnapped, someone could hack into your computer and steal all your information. That's like, that you'll be lucky if that happens, to be honest, because they can basically track where you live and then just go find you and freaking stab you or whatever. So I don't know, I admit that was dumb of me, but all I did was kind of look at third world party cat videos and stuff like that, and look at underground tunnels, because I do like architecture and I like engineering and stuff, and I found I also like the back rooms a lot, so I found this website for underground tunnels underneath this massive building. But anyway, I think that might be an illegal thingy that I might be talking about and disclosing right now. I have no idea. If I'm breaking the law, then I do not know, because I am very... Even though I went through an economics and government class, all I learned from economics is how to do stocks, and that the market is also... how to do stock market, and that also the government is kind of corrupted. Anyway, to start things out, we've got our first scenario. Our first whole scenario. So, we've got 3 main groups of underage kids on Discord. So, this is specifically Discord. I can go for hours about other different platforms, but this is specifically Discord. So the 3 main groups, I didn't write them down or anything, I'm just going to list them off the top of my head. There's the kids who came here because of a community, the kids who came here because of a YouTuber, or the kids who came here because of memes. So community is like Gacha Life, Undertale, Five Nights at Freddy's, Baldi's Basics, any of those popular communities you can name off your tip of your tongue. Those kids will love that. They'll flood towards it. They'll see their favorite YouTuber playing that game, and they'll join something because of a YouTuber or because of a community. They'll basically find a Discord server for that, and then they will go on that Discord server and post cringe. That's basically all I can say. They'll start drama, start fights, they'll lie to people, they'll just do stuff that generally most people don't like. Like, most people will dislike, actually. Sure, there may be people who defend them. I'm actually getting to that. There is one person who defends them, and I am not sure if she is one of them or not. But anyway, then the YouTubers, same thing as the community. It's YouTuber based. They saw their favorite YouTuber do a thing, or they saw their favorite YouTuber as a Discord thing. They're like, I want to do Discord too. They go into Discord. They're like, hey, I'm here because of a YouTuber. I'm gonna post cringe. Then the memer ones, the kids who are just generally chill sometimes, and just meme most of the times. They're just there to meme. Or sometimes this group can either be cringy and meme badly, or sometimes, very, very rarely though, I see this rarely. I say rarely because it's mostly with the people who are older, like almost teens and stuff like that, so people who are 12 and a half or something like that, who are just pretty chill and just want to be on Discord so they can talk to some friends without going to any big servers or anything. They'll just meme, they'll be chill, that's cool with me. I'm fine with that, as long as you're, as long as you wait until you're of age to use Discord properly to go and message random people. So anyway, this is what's gonna go on. This is what's gonna happen. Why they shouldn't be there is probably just, there's a lot of reasons actually I can list off. they're sometimes an annoyance. Most of the time an annoyance. They can get in the way of stuff. They can actually cause trouble with Discord servers. I've seen once before, and I'm just going to say this because I am a moderator on a pretty decent server, pretty decently large server. I'm co-owner actually, and it's kind of really just kind of frustrating to see people on there doing stuff they're not supposed to do, and then when you confront them about it, they're just like, I was just doing this for this reason, or doing this because I was trying to spread awareness for this. They're not basically doing anything to help with what's going on. So let me get into that. All right. So let's get into this, because I said I was gonna get into this in the last clip. I'm getting into this. So let's go over a little bit about what issues can arise from underage users. So basically, to start things off, issues that can arise basically would be, I don't know, somebody, I don't know what the proper word is. Some people on Twitter call them maps, but we all know they're pedophiles, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, basically, one of those dudes gets onto a Discord server. Some kid is just going out declaring their age to everyone. I'm 9 years old. Look at me. And then some dude is like, okay. So the only reason you would see this is if they're on like a dating server. So they would be on the dating server and they're like, oh yeah, let's message this kid, ask them to do something. The kid doesn't know better. They don't know what they're getting themselves into, and they'll just be like, they'll just go along with everything. I've seen it before. It's happened before. Well, I haven't really seen it before, but I've seen it before, as in, like, it has happened to people before, and those people have said stuff. People have seen it. To sum things up, it's pretty easy to tell where I'm going with this. So, basically, hang on, I accidentally put a symbol next to my thingy. Basically, that's just one of the many scenarios that can happen. Let's say another issue that could arise. A server gets taken down because they find out you're harboring underage users. That's against the terms of service of Discord. If that's against the Discord terms of service and you're not enforcing that, we hereby can ban your account and take down the server. So that's another thing. Like, big servers can lose stuff. Also, grocery gang. That's just a reference for the future of this video, because I'm going to be talking about that in a little bit. Okay, so sorry for the quick cutoff. I keep cutting off these because I don't want to make things too stupid. My mic is sensitive, so if I'm loud, who cares? I will be loud. Anyway, let's start this out. So, that's the issues that can arise. I've already explained my points, why they shouldn't be on Discord. Let me introduce my case. So, case one. Let me pull this up real quick. We've got a child, 9 years of age, on the Discord Discord server that I moderate and am actually co-owner of. So this server, I of course, as a moderator, I should enforce the TOS. I should make sure that people are following the terms of service, and if things get out of hand, I should take action. As a moderator, I should, and I would, if I am able to, I would and should take action. I'm not just gonna let these things slip by. It's like being in the middle of the street and you're looking at someone who's just killed someone, and you're like, I mean, the police, I should probably call them, but I'm not gonna. The police can probably find him eventually. You don't do that. Anyone with common sense doesn't do that. So, this kid, I'm not gonna list his account name because it will be undisabled soon. He likes JoJo and stuff. Sure, I respect that. I like JoJo too. But anyway, he comes onto the server. He's got a YouTube channel and he's promoting it 24/7. Now, everyone else on the server is like completely fine with this kid being here. They're like, yeah, sure, we're chill. I can respect that. You can be chill with anyone you want to be, but you can't really be cool if you're a moderator on a Discord server that could be taken down because of this kid. So you want to take action. You want to tell the kid, hey, you shouldn't be on Discord. So that's what I do. I go and I'm like, hey, how old are you? And obviously the kid was not like others and doesn't hide their age very well. They appear to be underage, like very young in their videos, especially young. Sorry, very very young in their videos, and they're just like straight up like, I'm 9 years old. I'm like, okay, I don't think that's a part of the rules. So I say, you're not supposed to be on Discord because you're an underage user. He responds with this isn't precisely what he responded with, but he was like, oh yeah, I know, I'm fine with it. I have to do homework on Discord. And I'm like, you can't really do homework on Discord. And he's like, oh yeah, well, I do homework on Discord. Sure, I don't have a problem with him doing homework on Discord, even if he isn't or is doing homework. I don't have a problem with him doing homework whatsoever, but he can't just be, if he's going to be doing homework, quote, homework on Discord, then he can do homework on a private account, not on different servers, going around promoting his channel, which is him as an underage user on a Google account and a YouTube channel, which is not run by his parents, not run with an email from his parents. I mean, I wanted him to keep it to himself. I didn't want the server to be banned. I have a right to wanting to keep the server intact and everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and take action. I'm going to alert the kid. I say, hey, you're not supposed to be on here. You're an underage user. If you continue to be here, I am going to have to take action against your account and possibly have it reported. So he's like, bringing up a lot of stuff about how he doesn't want to be removed and stuff. I report the account. A few days later, I get a response email back, blah blah blah, thank you for contacting Discord, etc etc. We have reviewed the report you sent in and we have taken action. We will not specify, etc etc. So the account gets disabled, he can't join back in, and guess what he does? The very, very next day. Sorry, the very next night to be exact. I was staying up till 4 in the morning watching anime, so he makes a second account, an alternate account. So I'm like, alright, I've had enough of this. I'm going to report this account for bypassing a ban. And apparently at the time, either I didn't know what bypassing a ban meant entirely, or the Discord just suspected me of trying to target the kids. So I report his account. It doesn't get removed. Okay? We get in an argument. I'm like, you're not supposed to be on here. Why are you joining back? I thought you said you had to do homework. He says, yeah, I have to do homework. And I was like, you don't have to do homework over a Discord server about talking about anime and chatting with people and friends. If you have to do homework over Discord, just DM people. DM the person you're doing it with. Whatever you're doing, just do it in the DMs. And he's like, just basically goes silent. What I'm assuming is he had nothing else to say. The whole fight kind of ends with him being over dramatic and saying that I know he's I think he's not to be like, I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone, but I'm what he said, I think, was he was Muslim and that he was having a Ramadan happening, which is a sort of fast in the Muslim religion. I don't know specifically what it is. I'm not Muslim. I wouldn't know. So if I'm being offensive, I'm very sorry about that. I didn't mean to offend anyone or anything like that. So, basically, he tells me I'm cursing him by saying that he shouldn't be on Discord. I don't think that's... Again, I'm not trying to be... like rude or anything or offend anyone, but I'm personally opinion, I'm not so sure if that's an actual part of that or not. But anyway, he basically deletes the account he was on, and then I'm like, okay, well, he's not gonna make a third account, is he? He comes back with a third account about a month later. A third account. 3 accounts, okay? He comes back with a third account after I banned the original account. So he has an IP ban. He bypasses the ban with a third account. and goes on the server again, and it was really, to be honest, it was super easy to see through what he was doing and that it was actually him and stuff like that. And it was really easy to tell that it was actually him. In fact, I don't think he was fooling anybody or anything like that. But yeah, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to wait until someone calls him out, and then I'm going to take action, because at least there's going to be two of us and not just one of us, so I won't be the only person fighting the fight. So a friend of mine, a while later, me and the kid, again, he was on an alternate account. He thinks he's tricking me. I get into a fight again with him. I'm like, what's going on here? There was a whole scenario thingy. There was a whole thing going on. We were just talking, basically. Stuff happened. A small argument. My friend Yato, he's like, hey, you know he's the kid, right? The 9-year-old kid? Because the whole time, the kid on the alternate account was acting like he was his older brother, which he doesn't have an older brother. And he also was like, every now and then would say, hey, the 9-year-old kid is getting back on, and then he would say something in the chat like, oh, I don't like what you did to my older alt accounts. Basically, he was just letting his anger filter through towards me without directly telling me. So he basically had the whole trick going on for a while. I knew from the start. It was really easy to tell, especially from the fact that he knew my name immediately, and I was already really suspicious of him. Mostly because he posted JoJo memes like the other one did every single time. His alt account, he would post JoJo memes basically all the time. So it was really easy to tell it was him. And Liato was like, hey, you know that's the kid, right? And I'm like, yeah, I knew the whole freaking time. And then I'm like, all right, buddy, give me one whole solid reason for why I shouldn't ban you from the server right now. And I will maybe spare you, just slightly, maybe spare you. I wasn't really giving him a chance, to be honest. I was most likely going to ban him anyway, but he just tells me, oh, I gotta do homework, and this was my brother's account alternate, and I had to whatnot. Lots of bad grammar in the writing. I couldn't really translate most of it, but basically what he was trying to say was this is his brother's account, and his brother didn't like it, so he gave it to him, or something like that. I doubt that's true. I think he just tried to figure out a way to bypass it. That's why it took him so long to get back on. And then, I got a plane outside. Sorry about the background noise. But anyway, he goes in the DMs. He's like, please don't ban my account. So he just doesn't want his account to be disabled again. I'm like, all right, I'll report him. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I will report him. So I didn't report him. And I'm like, all right, I'm not going to report him. I'm just going to go on with my day. I did not report him. And then I went and I just banned his account from the server. I'm like messing around with my friend Yato later. I'm like, we're playing Roblox Tower of Hell. I'm like, hey, if you win this round, I'll unban the kid maybe. And he's like, all right. And he loses twice. We go into Arsenal. I have to get off because I gotta go eat dinner. We're like, all right, that was just messing around, right? That was recently, actually. That was last night. So what I'm hoping is the kid learned his lesson and he doesn't come back. If he does, I might get upset. Anyway, okay. So, what happened prior, to be exact, to the whole scenario is the kid would just go on and post JoJo memes and whatnot. I kind of already covered that. But anyway, how I handled the scenario, how he handled the scenario, that's been talked about. And then, basically, underage users on Discord, I just don't really think they should be there. There's a lot of problems that could happen. Problems that could arise. Now, scenario 2. Let's get into this one, because this is a little spicy. Alrighty, let's hop right in. This one's going to be a little spicy. So, topic number 2. Depressed Server Purge. Also known as Depressed Server. If you've never heard of Roblox, where have you been? Living under a rock? It's a game engine, but people consider it to be a game. It's a game engine, it's a game platform, whatever you want to call it. There's tons of games on it. One day, I was like, hey, I haven't recorded a video in a while, I should record a video. Of course, this is one of my scrapped ideas because I was then planning on making this video. But then, get this, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to a hangout game or a roleplay game, and I'm just gonna screw around with people because that's always fun. I go to a game called Depressed Hangout, and I'm like, alright, this is pretty stupid. I'm gonna just go around being like, hey, what's up? Why are you guys acting like you're depressed? This is just a bunch of kids like, oh, my cat ran out the window, and so now I'm sad. Dropped the popsicle, and now I'm sad. It was like a bunch of stereotypical online dater accounts. Not saying that any of them didn't have depression, but it was pretty easy to tell that none of them did, because no one with depression would go straight. Trust me, I know from experience, a person with depression doesn't want to go and tell everyone, because for me, it was the innate fear of being locked up in an insane asylum or something like that, because people didn't want me to kill myself. So for me, it was pretty, I didn't go too well with it. I was pretty upset, so I might have acted out a little, gone around, said some stuff like, oh, this game is stupid, this game is tarded, or something like that, or poop, and spammed, something like that, something really stupid, like freaking spamming pee, poo, or something like that, or unga bunga. I don't know, I do that sometimes when I'm like, I don't know, just freaking screwing around with people. So, basically, let's get this out of the way. So, the Depressed game, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've been playing Roblox for most of the quarantine. So, yeah. Anyway, the Depressed game, Depressed Hangout, had a server called Depressed. I'm like, wow. Are you kidding me? So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to make a shell of an account. If you don't know what that is, I don't know either. It's just you make an account without a password. It's like a guest account. So it's not verified. It's just a name, and you can talk. It doesn't even have an IP, I think. Or, yeah, it does have an IP because I got IP banned. No, that was my alt. Okay, so I'm on the server. I'm arguing people. I get sent death threats from someone named Reaper with a cringy, or no, someone named Die or Death, yeah, someone named Death with a picture of a Grim Reaper as their profile picture. So basically, I right then and there had enough proof, because of some things that were being posted that were not okay. I had enough proof to pull the trigger right then and there on the server and get it either taken down or get a lot of people banned. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this, because there was one person that I reported for being an underage user. That one didn't get disputed properly. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this today. I'm basically fighting a fight that isn't mine. And so someone messaged reference to what's going to happen later about how they turned their back against me. Man, there's a lot of drama going on. So basically, they're like, thanks for helping. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm putting my main account, also known as my developer account, because it has developer enabled, so I can make bots, so I can report stuff properly, etc., etc. It's a really easy thing to do. If you don't know what it is, just look it up. Basically, I'm like, I'm going to put my dev account on there, and I'm just going to kind of wait and see if anything pops up. And what do you know, later I get messages from It's Kiter, the person I'm going to be talking about later, saying, oh, yeah, they're posting images of dead animals and dead dogs on the server. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, they're posting images of dead dogs and dead cats and stuff, and dead animals, slaughtered animals, and dead people. Or, sorry, not dead people yet. So basically, I'm probably going to show some images that are going to be blurred out, just to let you know, I don't condone with any of this. Somebody on the server was like, hey, I'm going to drop in, and I'm going to just spam post dead cats, dead animals, slaughtered animals, gory pictures and stuff, and I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I'm doing this so I can spread awareness of animal abuse. So basically, I reported the account after a whole thing going on. The dispute happened. The account got banned for, well, posting really nasty images. And listen up. Here's what happened. Later, after the whole dispute, I was like, hey, moderators, what is this crap? You have so many people doing this. By the way, just to inform you, there were a lot of people posting explicit and gory content on the server. A lot of people posting things that shouldn't be posted. Basically, I was like, mods, what is up with this? And one of the dudes was like, oh yeah, well, I mean, it's not your business to get into, etc., etc. If you want to leave, then go ahead and leave. I'm like, I'm just speaking up. I'm speaking up about this because this is kind of a bad thing. And then they're like, oh, I have a solution to this. And then I just get banned. I'm like, wow, that was really stupid. That basically sums up one thing. That was kind of a dumb, bad thing. By the way, speaking of getting banned, guess what happened? I got banned from Grocery Gang. Let's get into that. Now, if you don't know what Grocery Gang is, or you're not a fan of Grocery Gang, it's basically a group on Roblox that's popular for being in a popular Roblox YouTuber's videos, Flamingo, being in his videos. That group was in his videos a couple times. They're friends with him and stuff. Or B, just being generally kind of entertaining to watch. So, I'm like, cool, I'm going to join their Discord server. So I do. Few months pass. This was before quarantine, by the way. Everything's fine. I don't really visit the server that much. I like to join the game nights because it's fun to socialize with people. Yes, I did not socialize before the quarantine, nor am I going to do it after. I don't care. I'm just not going to. Anyway, few months pass. I'm in quarantine, right? I go on there a couple different times, venting to people, talking about problems and stuff, because they have a vent channel. Of course I'm gonna go do that. A few days ago, just very, very recently, I'm on the server, and I'm like, what is this? Because people are posting images of burning flags from specific things, and I was like, wow, I'm really upset about this. I do not like this. Why are they posting this stuff? I thought this server was for like all different people, no matter what. And basically, I while complaining about this, one of the mods just hops on and he's like, oh, random age check, you're not allowed to have an opinion or something like that. This is I said that sarcastically. He was like, random age check, and I'm like, okay, sure, I'll comply. And then he's like, okay, now since you said that, I'm giving you 15 seconds. And so I'm like, okay, I'll better type this in fast. I type in my age, 16. Technically, yes, I am 16. I'm going to be turning 16 in a very small amount of time, in a few days actually. And then I give him my date of birth, and I'm just about to post a picture of my ID in the chat, my student ID, and also, I don't know, freaking anything else I have as proof, my freaking debit card number or something like that. And he's like, I just get banned randomly, and I'm like, what? Excuse me? I quote the ban reason. I quote right here from in my DMs from Dinobot, you were banned from Make a Friend, failed age check, which is untrue because I didn't fail the age check. I gave out the information needed, and there was no response whatsoever. He has no proof of me being an underage user on Discord, nor did he have proof of me not being the right age to be on the server, which, by the way, was the minimum requirement age for being on Discord. So, I don't know what the heck is his problem, but if he sees a 16-year-old dude on a server talking about stuff that most people talk about and having actually a pretty popular opinion, which is not liking things that are offensive to a lot of people, and he just comes on and he bans me, not for failing the age check, by the way, because I didn't fail the age check. I didn't even get a response from failing the age check, which I normally would or should have. So I didn't get a response, and I just go on and I'm like, what the heck? What is wrong with this dude? And I go in, alright, I go in the freaking thing, and I'm like, wow, I'm really upset right now. I just got banned. I'm telling my friends about it. I'm like going around saying, hey, I just got banned from the server. I'm pretty upset. I had an opinion on something, and this dude probably had a different opinion and didn't want me to have an opinion because he's like, oh, I'm a moderator. I can be above you, and he freaking bans me. And I'm starting to think, man, I really don't like Grocery Gang anymore because, you know, they were fun for a little bit until this started happening. I don't even get it, because Grocery Gang had a serious problem with underage users. Of course, you can guess what that is. Basically, I don't even know. They implemented a thing for random age checks. You're supposed to get a response after you fail or finish a random age checks, just so you can confirm with them whether or not you failed or not, and then you get a ban appeal as well. You get sent a ban appeal. I didn't even get sent that. And then the moderator blocked me, so I can't even message him. So, of course, I'm upset. I'm sitting here like, wow, this guy's a total piece of crap, total jerk. I'm just gonna back off for a little bit, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm starting to dislike this if this is the type of people that's on there, because all the kids on there, all the underage users are like the people who just think it's, oh, funny equals random equals funny equals random. I'm gonna post random stuff. I'm gonna say random stuff like beans, burger, funny, hamburger, oof, funny, hamburger, bruh, funny, and then random images and videos. Sure, the videos are fun to download from time to time because they're actually funny, but then when you're posting images of burning flags that most people are not going to agree with you posting that type of stuff, especially for a community of people who have gone through a lot of tough times throughout history, why would you flipping go ahead and do that when the server's like strict about that and people are going to get upset about it? And then also towards just directly speaking to the moderators, why would you go ahead and be like, yeah, I'm going to random age check you because and also I'm going to ban you just because you have an opinion about something that is actually probably something you should have the opinion that you have for that pretty much all the time. So I'm just starting to trail off now, but basically, I contacted their Twitter. I posted about it on Twitter. I haven't done anything else about it because I'm not in the actual group. No one ever gets in the group unless you're like dedicated. So I haven't gotten a response. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just upset about that. Just another example of bad moderation and just people being jerks about their own opinions. Anyway, let's see. Now we're shifting into overdrive. We're shifting into gear. This is what's going to happen. We've got someone named It's Kiter that I've referenced before. Let's talk about that. So, It's Kiter was a friend of mine for a while, right? They contacted me. I'm not gonna say a lot of this stuff, but they contacted me and brought me to one of their servers. I'm like, oh, cool. We're talking and stuff. I'm like, hey, can you do this for me? Can you respect this about me and not make fun of it and not say anything despite how I sound or look, because I am going through a tough time thing, and can you respect that about me, please, and respect this, and just not say anything about it, and do anything that most people would say, hey, that's not a cool thing to do. So then she just goes completely against it, and she's like, oh yeah, so-and-so, etc., just says some stuff that most people going through the same exact thing would not like. Of course, I'm upset about it, and I'm like, hey, that's not cool. And then she just starts freaking trailing off and going, oh, me too. And she starts mocking it and stuff like that, like just blatantly mocking it, like, oh, me too, cringy. I identify as cringy or something like that. Freaking anything like that to kind of mess with me. And then, so one of her friends, this girl Trinity, is like, all right, I'm out of this. She leaves. She invites me to the server. She's like, hey, I understand. It's rude. That's upsetting. I know what you're going through. I have friends who are going through the same thing. I'm sorry she said that to you. You can join my server. It's safe. No one's there. No one there is going to do any of that to you. You can just leave her. I'm like, all right, sure. I'm probably going to continue talking to her, though, to try and ask her what's going on. Then, basically, what happens is she deletes the server. I'm like, did she block me? Is she mad because I asked for her apology because she never gave one, and the whole thing was over? I joined back. I'm like, oh, she didn't block me. This is a different server. I go in. We're talking. She messes up again. She does the same thing that I asked her not to do again. I'm like, all right, I'm sick of this. She gives me moderator. I'm like, okay, I'll make my own mod. Sure, yeah, thanks. While later, I'm noticing that she's posting rules about how the server is child friendly and everyone, no matter their age, can be on the server and whatnot. Basically, she did the thing I didn't want her to do. She disrespected me again. I'm like, all right, why is she saying that underage users can be on the server? Why is she saying this is a safe space? What's going on? Does she have something to do with this? She's got a friend, basically, who is an underage user. I don't have any... Okay, I do have a problem with them sometimes, but she's got a friend, clearly a kid, says he's a kid. I'm like, alright, well, I know what I gotta do, and I do it. I ban the kid from the server. Oh, sorry, I didn't ban him, nor did I kick him. Actually, I said I was gonna kick him because I'm doing a random age check. I pulled a grocery gang on him. I did what they did to me. I don't think many people like that. So anyway, I wasn't even the one that kicked him. It was Itskiter herself who kicked him. And then was like, oh, what happened? And then said this is a child-friendly server. And then some other random chick just hops in and it's like, oh, you want me to give out age? And I'm like, no, please don't. I'm not asking you for anything. And she just posts a picture of herself and says, I'm 20. And I'm like, what? And then the picture is, yeah, she looks 20. And I'm like, okay, but if this server is like a bunch of children, why are you on a server with a bunch of children and you're like 20 or something? And there's like no people at all. There's like, I don't know, 15 people on the server, and most of them are kids. And I'm like, what is going on? And then Itskiter hops in and she's like, oh, yeah, I made the server like this, etc., etc. I'm just going to delete it now. So she deletes the server without any context and blocks me. So, yeah, I think you can guess why that's a pretty interesting thing. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, to end this off, just, some Discord servers have issues. Some people on Discord have issues. There are some issues that can be resolved properly and civilly, and other issues that just can't be resolved because it's someone's opinion, and that opinion is actually more facts than opinion. And if you freaking do anything other than, if you freaking try and get your way by flexing your moderator skills on them, that's kind of stupid. So anyway, besides that, there's also toxic communities, just really toxic, like the depressed server. And you know, I really didn't want to say this, but maybe even Grocery Gang, because they just kind of fell into the pit of toxicity that a lot of other servers go into. To end this off, just stay out of trouble, please. Don't do anything wrong. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do what the moderator on Grocery Gang's Make a Friend server did. Just freaking don't. Anyway, message to the moderator before I go. Unban me, please. That was really stupid of you to ban someone just because they had an opinion over something. Also, real nice, real smooth banning me without any context. Real smooth. Thanks for that. Also, chalking it up to an age check failure. Cool. Nice. When your higher ups see that you banned me for a quote age check failure, and they see that oh, I didn't actually fail the age check and you didn't give me any context on it, they're gonna see that eventually. So, I guess this is it for now. See ya. Bye-bye.
Come out of the sky and they stand there. One mile over, we'll be there and we'll see you. 10 true summers, we'll be there and laughing too. 20, 45 miles of we'll see. I'll be there with you. Drifting cloud, the eagle searching down on the land. Catching the swirling wind, the sailor sees the rim of the land. The eagle's dancing wings create a clever spin type command. To hold the land, we're probably no more than grains of sand. We stand to lose all time, 1,000 ounces by in our hand. Next to your deeper fears, we stand surrounded by million years. I'll be the roundabout, where to make you out and out. I'll be the roundabout. stand there. 24 before my love, I'll be there.